Fujiko is a mermaid, and her love is heavily fought against, with Lupin, Jigen, and Goemon all fighting for her love, and in the end, it is all but a lie. Welcome back to another Lupin discussion. My name is Musical Joker, and today I'll be finally looking at episode 21. Welcome to the Island of Bubbles. I'll be honest, this will be a very short episode as there isn't a whole lot that goes on in this episode. I will say though, it is a unique circumstance we are seeing here today, and I somewhat enjoyed it. Muru is our woman of the episode, a local of a seaside town who just loves sketching in her art book as well as creating stories from the things that she sketches, and in this case, a fanfic. As the episode revolves around a love square between each of the Lupin gang and Fujiko, that Muru seemingly makes up from afar and continues to escalate it further and further, until she gets everyone together and discovers the truth behind their relationship, oddly without Zenigata around. If you aren't much of a fan for this stuff, where someone imagines a situation but be completely dead wrong, then you really won't enjoy this. Heck, I don't blame you as there really isn't a huge sense of payoff here, as it all chucks up to a misunderstanding. Even the use of the mermaid legend is mentioned a very tiny bit in the beginning, at the end, and hardly throughout the episode. There is a mention of treasure, which of course catches Fujiko's eye, but there's nothing to be seen about that, as it was a lie too. And of course at the end, where they show off that the legend is true by showing a mermaid underwater, yet nobody really sees it, so it's kind of weird that it's just there. Like I said, personally I enjoyed the whole fanfic we got between all three boys, especially Jigen, since Muru created a romance between them first, with Jigen talking sweet nothings to Fujiko, yet all he does is just talk mean to her all the time since she always takes advantage of them, much to his dismay. It's the comedic shift in that direction that gave me more amusement, even with the supposed rivalry between Jigen and Goemon for Fujiko, which we all know would never happen. Same with Lupin here in this case, as he got a neck injury and was just being his usual pervert self, so he fit in perfectly within this whole situation, and talking about love too, which is something Lupin has great advice on, yet fails so much on. So something to mention here is an issue. I've gotten comments on my videos a bunch of times about animation being kind of wonky or off at times, and occasionally I would see here where something would be off or here or there, anything like that, but wow, the animation in this episode was really off, like more jarring than usual, since I caught myself many times looking at the characters and thinking they looked really weird. And I know I'm not the only one to mention this one, but it was really distracting. Aside from that, in my opinion, this episode was more enjoyable to me than Fujiko's dedicated episode in the previous one, but it really wasn't the best overall either. Muru is a bit more fun and adorable to me than Emilia, since she's just making fanfics about the current situation, which is cute, and I quite like the exploration of one's imagination, as that kind of stuff is boundless. Even though she was wrong, she didn't make us think about it and was still kind of cute, but it didn't really lead again to much of a payoff. Speaking of Muru, and including some of the other females we have seen so far with no direct connection to Tomoe, why do they look at Lupin, say something, and then Lupin gives a look as if it means something to him, and then continues on as if nothing happened? I feel like this may come back around to Tomoe, but Muru met Lupin before, didn't realize it was him, and then continued to interact with him. Later, she then realizes it was him, says something, and then Lupin's mind is like blown, and then he's fine. Is there something important to this, or am I reading too much into this? I'm not sure. What do you guys think about this episode, with all of this being a whole fanfiction? Did you enjoy this, or did you think that this was kind of lame? Let me know down in the comments. And until next time, farewell.